going to try my best to talk into the microphone so you can actually hear me properly. Hello, hi, how are you? My name is Soph. Got my notepad, lots of notes here. But I'm by no means a professional person to do with any of this. This is just all from my own learning, my own research, my own understanding of myself. Take 2. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Right, what am I doing today? Well, the reason why I actually made this channel is because this year I've tried to shift my focus more towards healing, specifically healing my inner child, my inner Soph, my little Soph. And one way that I've decided to do that is through art therapy, my own sort of form of art therapy. Basically, I've gotten a sketchbook and I'm going to fill it from front to cover, all full of inner child creative play, artwork. And I thought that this is something that anyone can do. From what I've researched and from my knowledge, a lot of our daily struggles, our daily sort of issues, conflicts, they all kind of stem back to the inner child. And I think it's so important. I think we need to start healing our inner child and giving our inner children more love. So this is what I've decided to do. So yeah, my focus has shifted towards healing myself. I've done talk therapy this year. I thought that was helpful. I didn't do it for that long, but for some things you just don't have the words for. And that's where I found doing my art in this inner child sketchbook really beneficial, because I'm a creative person myself. I think creativity stems from our inner child, because our inner child is creative. So that's what I wanted to tap into. So you don't have to be creative in order to make a sketchbook like this and do these exercises to help heal your inner child. You don't need any fancy materials. All you need is a sketchbook, or even just coloured pencils, felt tips, anything you've got really, it doesn't matter. So let me tell you about the signs of a wounded inner child. These are just some examples, loads of examples online, you can go and look. People pleasing, that is a big one, that is me. Feeling guilty for setting boundaries, anxiety around new things, being a super achiever, constant self-criticism, extreme emotional shifts, attachment issues, consistent exhaustion, self-esteem issues, self-sabotage. That's just a list of some examples. I could go on, but I'm not going to. You can research online. I feel like this list feels kind of vague, but at the same time, I think it just goes to show that if your inner child is wounded, it can just display in so many different ways that we might not even connect the pieces together. So benefits of inner child healing: helps you get more in touch with your authentic self. A lot of what I've read online and a lot of what I've heard is that as children we are as pure and as close to our authentic self, because we come into this world so open, so full of love, and fortunately this world can kind of chew you up and spit you out, but so we can just come back and find ourselves again. And the inner child healing work, I think, is really beneficial for this, because you connect back to a part of yourself that maybe you have been really disconnected from, and you don't feel like, these are big parts of ourselves. I think we all are children at heart, and it's just unfortunate that this world makes us toughen up and put on hard shells. But anyway, it's about peeling back these layers so that you can feel more connected to your younger self. It also helps you unlearn thought and belief patterns that maybe you've always thought the same way, or you've always believed the same things about yourself. Inner child healing and inner child art therapy can help you unlearn those things and look at them with a different perspective. So as well as that, it is an outlet for emotional times or uncertainty. I actually had a bit of a spirally breakdown. Had a bit of a meltdown today, the day before, and I did some painting. I'll go get it and show it to you actually. I think I channeled a part of my inner child that was still really grieving and angry and frustrated. Even though at that moment I felt all these really low vibrational emotions, doing the painting did actually help me move through it, get it out, and calm myself down. So another benefit for inner child healing is increased self-awareness and connection to the self. Grounding, it's all very grounding. I also find it can be quite meditative. I don't really know how you say it. Past hurts and pain, our wounds, our trauma, our stuff that we drag around with us. Sometimes I think it gets muddled, it gets confused, and it can be a bit unclear to our adult minds now when we're looking back at the past. Working through an inner child sketchbook can help you see visually a visual expression of what your inner child was feeling or thinking about or wanting to express, and it doesn't have to make any sense. Sometimes, a lot of the time, my child just wants to paint colours and make marks, and that's absolutely beautiful and that's absolutely fine, and that's just what I wanted to do, because whatever she wants to do, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm trying to channel. More benefits that inner child art healing can lead to is improved relationships and connections with others. If you have an improved connection with yourself and your inner world, then your outer world is going to change. So that's the benefits that I find, and those are the signs of a wounded inner child. And I'm actually going to take you through a little bit of my inner child sketchbook today, and I'm going to talk you through how I sort of get into it and ideas for your own inner child sketchbook. This is my 4th time recording this, so hopefully this is 4th time lucky. Before we go through my sketchbook and I show you some of my inner child art pages, I just wanted to go over my process and how I get into the space to create this art. One of the first things that I like to do is I connect with my inner child, and how I do that is by using my breath. So I'll take some deep breaths, just a few deep breaths, and I just call forth my inner child and I ask them to connect with me. Then the next step is to ask them what they need. A lot of this work is really intuitive to me, so it can be a feeling, or sometimes I hear tell me what they need, what I need. But yeah, I just listen. Other times I'll go online and find inner child journal prompts, create a piece of art based off of that. Yeah, so do what feels good to you. Another really important part of my inner child healing is using my non-dominant hand as my drawing hand. So I'm right-handed, so I use my left hand to create my art in this book. And the reason why I do that is actually because when we're growing up, so by the age of 4, I'm fairly sure it's 4 anyway, by age 4, our right hemisphere of our brain is completely and fully developed. And I think that's really interesting because that's all to do with our creativity, our imagination, play, all these sorts of things. So using your non-dominant hand switches from your left logical thinking brain to your right-sided creative brain is actually really beneficial in loads of other ways as well. I've read that it can improve your mindfulness, it can improve your cognitive abilities, and it can also improve your mental health as well, because it forces your brain to switch perspective, think about things kind of differently. Creating with my non-dominant hand, connecting first, ask and listen to what they need. Right, I'll show you a quick little flick through of some of the pages in my inner child art sketchbook, and yeah, they're really cute. Can't wait to show you. Let's go through my very first page. I don't know why, but I felt like I needed my name in here, so I did. Sophie's book. This is the first activity that I did in my inner child sketchbook. Kind of like a journal prompt, kind of just, like I said, intuitive. I just wanted to think of a special place that was special to my inner child, and so I painted this. This is Killiney Hill in South Dublin. That's where I grew up. I used to love spending time there. It's sweet. Okay, so that was a special place. Here, I just wanted to be expressive I actually used to work in a school as a teaching assistant. We'd use recycled materials to create art with, and so that's what I did here. I just got some bits out of the recycling bin, did some paint scraping, did some printing, made some shapes, not really thinking, just having fun. Okay, and then here I wanted to do some affirmation based work, which I haven't actually done recently in this sketchbook, so I might come back to it. Here's me on my Bratz chair, little naughties girl, doing my drawing, and this was me when we were on holiday in Greece, and this was at the end of a really long day, and I was actually quite tired, I think. That smile is not very convincing. Oh, and here's another page. I really like this one. This one feels really childlike and like something I would have drawn when I was a child, when I was a little girl. More sort of affirmations, drawing things that I loved. I was obsessed with mermaids, rabbit, hearts, and rainbows, because what child doesn't like a rainbow? I just love this page so much. It makes me so happy. In a world of my own. It's just so true. I feel like I still am in a world of my own. This is just an idea, you know? Yours doesn't have to look like mine. Yours can be whatever you want it to be. That's it. I don't really know what else to say. Get yourself a sketchbook. Make some art. Have fun. Hold your inner child. Send them love. Send them light.